Destroying Destiny, Book 1, The Westerfish, Chapter 11, The Lamented Lake. Our heroic threesome and their many comrades stand near two individual but coupled bodies of water. The first is a small trickling stream teeming with tiny fish, frogs, and miniature flamingos, and the second body of water is a vast lake that throws wicked waves, swinging the rickety wooden bridge hanging across it. The stream, called the Stream of Tears, flows from Blue Town's cobblestone streets and creates the lake, the Lamented Lake, watering all the lakeside leaks and housing the Westerfish's incubator. Young, legged fish swim and run around the lovely tear-filled waters, completely ignorant of our three heroes, the bunny army, and two enormous frogs. "So, what do you suppose that we do, General Benjamin?" asked Gertrude. "Once the Westerfish's children seize us, they will go warn their parents of our arrival." The old bunny quietly thumped his foot in thought. "I don't know. There isn't a good option about it. Perhaps we'll have to fight our way through, killing as many as possible and hoping we succeed." A rumbling came from Patrick and Patricia's large frog stomachs, and Patrick spoke. "We are both famished, and the bridge is too small for us to cross. So we could aid in the fight by swimming through and eating as many of the fish as we can, and that will distract many of them from you crossing the bridge." Yes, that sounds like our best shot," Benjamin said, then looked to Coco and Bonnie. "What do you two think?" "Yes! No other solution has presented itself," said Bonnie as Coco nodded in agreement. "Gertrude, your thoughts?" asked Coco. "Seems like the best idea to me," the boy said, combing back his hair. So without further delay or discussion, Patrick and Patricia initiated the plan, hopping towards the Lamented Lake and plopping into its waters, making a splash erupt. Swimming with their mouths gaping, the frogs trapped fish by fish in their hungry stomachs, and only gurgling screams of the young fish followed. Watching the frogs do their duty, our heroes and the bunnies approached the swaying bridge that stretched across the tossing and churning water, and looked at the rickety wooden structure with dreadful distaste. To the right, then the left, the wide bridge swayed by its ropes, and in no particular direction it rattled and crackled as its woody joints wobbled with the waves and wind. "Are you sure about this, Gertrude?" whimpered Pancake. "Yeah, Pan, no worries," the boy sighed, scratching his neck. "We'll just need to take our time. Besides, this bridge has held strong for many passerby, I am sure." "Well, I doubt, highly doubt, that a bunny army has ever passed over it," Pancake muttered. "Candy Child?" Colonel Bunny gruffly retorted. "We don't have time to worry. We must venture across." "Yeah, I agree," zipped and chuckled Steve. "It looks safe to me." "And what about all the baby Westerfish? They will surely attack," Pancake persisted, ignoring the backpack's comment. "Baby Westerfish?" Raising her voice, Bonnie thrust her fist in the air. "What are the baby Westerfish to us, my brothers and sisters?" "Sushi!" the battle-thirsty bunnies screamed, waving their spears, slingshots, and bows in the air. "See, Candy Child?" Bonnie said, straightening her ear with dignity. "We have nothing to worry about." "Yeah, what does it matter now?" Pancake sneered, gesturing towards the lake and the bridge. "The fish not being eaten have been perfectly alerted by your loving battle cries." And indeed, the young fish had been alerted, all of their attentions focusing on the group at shore. The green, scaly fish swam, walked, and crept towards our heroic three and their rabbity companions. With glittering globe eyes, the curious and hungry creatures opened and closed their mouths, blowing bubbles and chanting phrases of odd selfishness. Or should I say selfishness, or perhaps shellfishness. For me, you have come for me, the young Westerfish chanted as they approached our heroes and disregarded their many siblings being eaten by Patricia and Patrick. Father and mother sent you to me, to live for me, to die for me, all for me. What are they talking about? Pancake squirmed. Themselves, always themselves, muttered Bonnie. They think everything exists for their benefit, as if they are the meaning of the world. It has been ingrained in the Westerfish and her descendants for years. That is how Dark Lord Jane convinced the fishy beasts to try to conquer the islands of the East. Destiny told them the land was obviously and rightfully theirs. Bonnie scoffed. I hate that evil lord. Coco rushed in. Shh, Colonel Bonnie, you don't want them to hear you. What if they send word to Dark Lord Jane himself? And he may send a drought. Oh, it'll be fine, Bonnie dismissed, then continued by pestering her sister. Besides, Destiny wouldn't do anything while the Westerfish control this domain, but considering we're about to take it back, either way, he will probably send rather unfortunate conditions. Coco began shivering. So my queenship will begin with a plight from Dark Lord Jane through the skies, Bonnie giggled. Not unless he never knows that we have taken back the kingdom. Smirking at Coco, Colonel Bonnie barked. All right, bunnies, get ready to take down as many of these Westerfish as you can, all for the mother. A loud bunny chorus followed with screams of immense and fair, war-loving delight. I only say fair, because all is fair in love and war. Lovely. Another battle, Pancake sighed as she went into the bunny archers' ranks, aspiring to shoot alongside them. The young Westerfishes approached step by step and splash upon splash. Their short fins wiggled, their stubby legs walked, and their loud mouths arrogantly talked, blubbering and rambling about how every breath was for their benefit and how thinking otherwise was to mock. You live for us, for all Westerfish, they bellowed, marching in collision with our heroes. As the battle began and some died, the fishes' chants never died. You die for us, so our stomachs may be blessed. All things for us, our benefit and our growth. Our lives continuing are the motive of all things. Personally, mind you, my motive at this point is justice, zipped Steve as Gertrude slashed away at the murmuring fish. I wish to take back this land for the Easter Bunny. Not so sure I'm of much help, but I guess it's the thought that counts. Laughing, Gertrude continued hacking at the numerous fish. You're helping the mood at least, Steve. You're right, with Luciano and my innards singing all the time, I can't help but be in a good mood, Steve chuckled. Apparently, the caterpillar hasn't picked up on the battle yet, so he's still singing joyfully. Ah, I see, gasped Gertrude as he dodged the jaws of a lunging fish. General Benjamin, Colonel Bonnie, the boy called. We have got to press forward if we're going to cross the lake. I know, boy, General Benjamin called, jumping and kicking a fish. There are just so many of these beasts. Children, charge to the bridge. There is no way we can kill all of them. So with that, the bunny army surged forward, screaming of avenging their mother and eating carrots rather than onions. Bounce upon bound and step upon stride, the bunnies and our heroes began crossing the bridge, while fin upon scale, the fish scurried to block our heroes' passage. Waving, springing, and all the likes, the bridge shook and sagged as the weight of many creatures accumulated, some of the wood dipping into the water below. Rock after rock flipped from the bunnies' frog-tongued slingshots, while arrows arced, flew, and dove, piercing their marks. Fish lunged, eating some bunnies whole, or missing others entirely.